Hi, I'm Stargate Pioneer.
And I'm Steven Jondrew, and we're from Better Podcasting, a proud member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the show you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of the individual host.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Do you want me to do introductions?
No, if you want to. Yeah, no, you go ahead. You go ahead. I always do it.
Welcome to another all-stunning episode of All Things Good and Nerdy, brought to you by the Gonna Geek Network. I am Willie Nelson, not the Willie Nelson, but more so Willie D. Nelson. And over to my side is another friend of mine, one Anthony Bachman. How do you do, sir?
I do well, sir. Not bad. I had a little road dog in it.
Oh, that was just my announcer voice.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
a little bit in this corner.
Yeah, as a kid who loved 90s wrestling, yeah. D Generation X proudly presents to you. Yeah, Road Dog did the announcer voice really well.
I remember.
And Chris will love it because we had to hit some wrestling talk, even though he's not here. Our poor intrepid leader has lost his voice and has left the two knuckleheads to run the show. So as it is, you know, the inmates are running the asylum, and I got no bumps. I don't know what happened to the intro video, so we're just going to do the damn thing, and we're going to jump right in to the news of the week. Click the clicker. There we go. News of the week, 10/10/2024. And yeah, I'm going to do mine real quick. I'll go first. We got Green Lanterns, man. We got at least 2 Green Lanterns. So from a Variety article that came out, I think it was yesterday morning on the 9th, Lanterns finds it's Jon Stewart with Aaron Pierre. Kyle Chandler is already on the call sheet as Green Lantern hero Hal Jordan. So Aaron Pierre, the star of Netflix's Rebel Ridge, has nabbed the plum part of Green Lantern Jon Stewart in DC Studios. And it says, and HBO's much ballyhooed series Lanterns. This is from, October 9th article at 9:30 a.m. by Boris Kitt and Aaron Couch over on Hollywood Reporter. Casting caps one of the most scrutinized actor searches in some time. Not only is the show the first major TV endeavor from DC Studios head James Gunn and Peter Safran, but the role of Stewart carries much significance as the fan favorite comic book character was one of DC's first black superheroes. We also know it's very significant because not necessarily for my generation, but for like Willie and Chris and anybody a little bit younger, Jon Stewart is their Green Lantern because they grew up watching the Justice League cartoon. You had the animated series of Batman, you had Batman the animated series, then the animated Adventures of Superman, and then you had the Justice League cartoon. And so for a lot of kids, Jon Stewart is who they think of when you say Green Lantern. I'm trying to remember, who's your Green Lantern, Willie? Do you have a definitive Green Lantern?
I'm going off the wild side and say, Kyle! No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Kyle Rayner's mine.
Well, I don't really have Green Lantern. Not
Hal Jordan.
Jon Stewart. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like Daily Show, Jon Stewart.
Exactly, yeah, which was always confusing after when Don Stewart became so famous as a comedian.
Yeah, I watched the Justice League cartoon and he was there, but I also remember Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner?
Yep. Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, no, the redheaded dude. I know of them.
The redheaded dude was Guy Gardner.
Listen. I listened to Ice Cube and fuck the Space Police.
Which they are. They're very much the Space Police.
But they seem like, less antagonizing, I would say. They don't choke as many people.
A little bit, but they do listen to midgets that give them orders, which is kind of weird. Little guardians, yeah, they're crazy. But yeah, so have you seen Rebel Ridge on Netflix?
I have no idea what that even is. Is that a thing on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a movie, and so it stars this guy.
I thought it was a show.
Yeah, Aaron Pierre. No, movie. Don Johnson is the bad guy, and so he seems to love playing bad guys. Oh, hey, we got the Nick Naki in the chat. Said she's in class and wanted to say hello. Hi, Naki.
Ooh.
She stopped by, and Chris isn't even here.
I miss a good Naki interlude.
The OGs. But yeah, so it's a Netflix movie. Like, he's going to pay like his cousin's bail and gets ran off the road by a cop, and basically the police take the bail money from him and claim it as a seizure to basically steal like 60 grand off of him or something. And then that leads to things just getting progressively worse and worse and worse until he pretty much takes on the local sheriff's department by himself. And it's an awesome movie because he's an ex-Marine Corps like combat instructor. Like, he's the guy that teaches the Marines hand-to-hand combat. So he ends up just like basically kicking the shit out of a small town's police department.
So it's Rambo.
A little bit, but a lot less murdery. Like, I'm trying to think in the movie. I don't.
Well, to be fair, Rambo didn't really murder a lot of people.
Oh no, but I don't think he actually. I think in the Aaron Pierre one in Rebel Ridge, I don't think he actually kills anybody. Like, he very specifically takes out the guns that have like the beanbags and like repeatedly shoots Don Johnson with one just to hurt him. But like, he's not killing people because he is a good guy. And so even though like these people shoot, like, he's not going through and just murdering people. But yeah, good movie and really good action, really good on screen like violence that looked really well done. So I mean, with this guy and a good choreographer, you can get, a Jon Stewart that's going to look like he came out of the Marine Corps, which, so same branch of military. He's not even changing that in this new character he's going to be playing. And I mean, and the guy, like, if you look at pictures of him, the dude looks like a superhero. Like, he has a jawline like a comic book artist drew him. So, I mean, it's an awesome casting. And yeah, we already got, previous to that, they already mentioned that Kyle Chandler, so the dad from Friday Night Lights, is going to be our new Hal Jordan. So you got him as like, a retired pilot. I'm guessing, Kyle Chandler's a little bit older, so we're probably not going young pilot Hal Jordan. We're probably going like, experienced veteran pilot Hal Jordan. But the other guy, the Green Lantern, the man who has no fear. But yeah, it's two solid casting choices.
Daredevil?
Daredevil. The man without fear is Daredevil, but the people that get a gold ring or a green ring because they don't, my God. It's not that they don't have fear. What is it? Oh, you have the ability to overcome great fear is what it is. So they choose you as a Green Lantern. Yeah. Basically, Green Lanterns have to be fearless. And so, yeah, you got Hal Jordan, a test pilot. You got freaking Jon Stewart, a Marine Corps, like, badass. You got Kyle Rayner, who is just an artist, but apparently wasn't afraid of nothing. And then,
but he can think of a lot of stuff.
Exactly. That's why he was my favorite GL. So yeah, I hope. I mean, the show's called Lantern, so I'm hoping we're going to get Kyle down the road. But yeah, I love Hal Jordan as a character. Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, not so much. But like, all the Lanterns are kind of cool. But I mean, there's only so many big boxing gloves and big fans you can put on people. When you have a ring that can create anything you can think of. One of the coolest things ever was when they killed off Hal, killed off the Guardians, and created just the one ring, and then the last remaining Guardian gave it to Kyle Rayner and was like, hey, you're all that's left. Go do your thing, go be a hero. And it's like, oh, this is a guy who's an illustration artist. Like, he can think of anything. And then that let the pencilers go kind of nuts with what he thought of, because his character could think of anything they could think of. Like, he hit people with freight trains. He put a dude in a like a full size electric chair, like just like hit the guy, and as the guy was falling back, he landed in an electric chair and was being shocked to death.
I have questions on that. So, does this hard light emit electricity all of a sudden? What?
I don't know. It's comic books, man. It's comic books.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's a fun character I love. But yeah, I mean, we got our Jon Stewart, we got our Kyle Rayner. So, I mean, it looks like they're definitely moving forward with the Lantern show. I'm excited to see what, James Gunn's going to do with it. So we're going to get James Gunn, who never really gave us the Nova Corps in the way that it is in the comics. Oh. So I wonder what he's going to do with the Green Lanterns.
Now, do you really think that was his fault, or do you think that was Kevin Feige said, no, we're going to go this direction?
I don't know, because he came up with the original story for the first Guardians movie. So I'm not sure if they just didn't want to do space cops that had the power inside of them, and they just said, hey, we're going to just give them spaceships, and that's how they fly around. It made me sad. I want to see Richard Rider. I want to see Nova. I want to see the Nova Corps where they fly around and blast people, because they are the Marvel version of the Space Cops, the Green Lanterns for DC. And so we kind of just got them as like Guardian characters, but I mean, more like street level cops, so they didn't have cosmic powers. In the comics, the Nova guys like fly through black holes and stuff. Like, they're badass.
Hey, you don't know what John C. Reilly could do in that movie.
I don't, but I know they saved his kid, so it's all good. But yeah, so
pretty cool guy.
Yeah, pretty cool. And, you know, send him off to, you know, do some good, do some bad, maybe a little bit of both. But yeah, I mean, you know, we saw what James Gunn did with, you know, spacefaring crazy characters in Guardians 3 times. And, you know, the added stuff that we got in the, you know, Avengers movies. Chris said he's sorry he's missing the space cop talk. That's true. Could have been talking about space cops, man. But yeah,
cops.
It does make it tough if you ain't got a voice. But yeah, so I'm excited. Aaron Pierre, like, that guy's gonna look the part for sure. I've seen him do action because I've seen Rebel Ridge. It was like the #1 movie on Netflix for 3 weeks. So I mean, people are aware of this actor, and yeah, he looks good kicking ass on camera. Which, I mean, what more do you need from, you know, a superhero movie? You got Kyle Chandler, who made everybody cry watching football stuff. So you got some, you know, some varying acting skills in the cast already. And I mean, yeah, it's James Gunn. We know, just trusting Gunn. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's simple. Like, we know it's going to be awesome. Yeah, he hasn't fucked anything up yet. Like, James Gunn's awesome. So yeah, so I'm excited. But yeah, mine was simple. That was my news of the week. What you got for news of the week, Willie?
Well, my news of the week is there's going to be another remake movie coming up.
Another remake?
Another one. Let me see. The last
Mom, we already got that at home.
I think the last one maybe not the last one I saw, but the last one I remember hating was The Invisible Man. That movie just made no sense at all.
Oh, like, the camera suit?
Yeah. So it's just a suit. Then how could he pick her up and throw this woman as if he had superpowers?
Because he was a psychopath.
It's just a suit. You can't just lift someone up like that and then throw them across a goddamn room.
He had that crazy strength.
I don't know. There's no such thing.
He had that my girlfriend's leaving me crazy strength.
Yeah, anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Well, at least the movie, because there's not going to be another Hollow Man, Invisible Man. Although Hollow Man was.
Oh, there will be. There'll be another one. Universal will never let those characters die. There'll be another one.
But let's go back about 40 years.
So I'm 6.
And then we're going to add in about 120 pounds of pure muscle. Because I'm taking out, you know, the whatever little fats there is, the bones,
all right,
you know, the brain, you know, all the salt, you know, all the other softs, you know, skin. I'm just guesstimating how much muscle mass Arnold Schwarzenegger has, and we're also going to take that away. We're going to take away what was that guy's name? The game show host, Richard Dawson. We're going to take away Richard Dawson. You know, he's not going to be making out with the ladies on the screen anymore on the Family Feud. Like, so what I'm talking about today is
I think I know.
Man.
Who loves you and who do you love?
So yes, The Running Man.
All right.
Was the movie called The Running Man, or was it just Running Man?
I believe it's The Running Man. I think it has the definitive article.
But it seems like this one is written is this written by or just directed by? Because it just says Edgar Wright's Running Man.
It might
so
be
I'm assuming both.
It might be story by and directed by, because I mean Edgar Wright's probably going to change some of it. But I mean, it's originally written by Stephen King under the pseudonym of Richard Bachman.
Richard Bachman.
Yeah, like
I was about to get you on that one, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, written by Stephen King. Fuck you! It wasn't. It was Richard Bachman.
Yep,
yeah.
It was a Bachman book.
Yeah, the book about 20 years ago, actually.
Yeah, 87's was called The Running Man.
Which, I mean, I have some issues with it. Oh, yeah, we're also going to get one less governor in it, probably, too. Unless they puts in another governor.
I mean...
Oh, so 2 less governors. I didn't even think of that. Because let's not forget... The body, Jesse Ventura. I was like, I remember his nickname and not his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was in it.
Believe me, man. I know about my Bachman books.
Mm-hmm.
I know about my books that got my name on them.
You say that name first. You don't say Stephen King up in this house when we were talking about a Bachman book.
You know, now even when they publish them, it has both names on the cover.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Plus, I have one of the ones that still has the Rage in it, which they don't print no more.
But in this version of the movie that's coming out, we'll be starring along Glenn Powell from Top Gun. What was the sequel called? Top Gun Maverick. I don't give a shit about the Top Gun movies. I don't give a shit about the old one. I don't give a shit about this one. I don't care. They're flying. And who are they fighting in these movies? Do we even know? Do they say?
In the first one is Russian MiGs. So
Okay,
they did call them Russian. In the new movie, it is a vague foreign presence.
They have no balls. That's
no
fucking
balls.
make it somebody. I don't care.
The best thing is if you go watch Maverick, it's Star Wars. They literally have to make an impossible shot on like a murder base and then have to fly away in a way that will like almost kill them. It's Star Wars. It's the X-Wing run through the trench to hit the little exhaust port. That's what the new Top Gun is. It's great. It's fucking Star Wars.
I missed nothing. Great. I'm happy.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
But
you
also,
missed a less homophobic football scene replacing the grease up guy volleyball scene because it's girls and boys playing football on the beach instead of a bunch of guys wearing jeans, oiled up, playing like volleyball on a military base.
I'm sorry. Do you think anyone watches volleyball for the sport?
I don't know.
I don't care which gender you're looking at. No one's watching for the fucking sport. Get out of here. But also alongside Glenn Powell. But also beside Glenn Powell is Katie O'Brien. I'm not going to lie. I don't know much about either one of these people.
Also in Twisters.
I have seen them in things. Yeah. That's about it. But I am a fan of Running Man.
Mandalorian. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She's got some geek cred.
I already know. Like, I know Edgar Wright stuff. His stuff's always fun to watch with the dialogue. So I'm not even worried about the Running Man going to have bad dialogue because it's Edgar Wright. He just has great dialogue. Even so much so that they couldn't even take it all out of the first Ant-Man movie. You could feel Edgar Wright's script in there. You could feel his words, the way things are said. That's Edgar Wright. Like,
trying to think, what was the guy's name?
Nothing gets past Baskin Robbins. That's straight. That can't be anyone else other than.
What was the guy's name? Peyton Reed. Wasn't that the director of all the Ant-Mans?
I think so. It sounds right.
Yeah, because he took over with Edgar's script, and it's still very much it's an Edgar Wright heist movie that stars a superhero. But yeah, the next two, Peyton Reed very much definitively made his. But I think he was smart to keep the Edgar Wright like tone to it because it made that first Ant-Man so funny. And it wasn't a superhero movie. It wasn't a comic book movie. It was a heist film that happened to have a character with superpowers in it. And those are the really good ones.
The suit had powers. He didn't.
Well, I mean, yeah, the suit had powers. But I mean, yeah, it's like Civil War. Civil War is not a comic book superhero movie. Civil War is a spy thriller that happens to have superheroes running around in it.
No, you're thinking of the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah, Winter Soldier, not Civil War.
Winter Soldier is definitely espionage.
Yeah,
like,
it's
spy espionage film.
It's a James Bond script that they put Marvel characters in, is what it feels
that
like.
was a good moment for Marvel. You had Ant-Man being a heist movie. You had Winter Soldier being an espionage. So you had different genres. You're still in the banner under the umbrella, but they just made it one big mud mush now. It seems like there's no like flavors anymore. They took the Baskin out of the Robbins.
They took the Baskin out of the Robbins. Well, we got more. There's always more coming. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But what I really want to know is, since we know Katie O'Brien and Glenn Powell and Edgar Wright are all part of this so far, what I want to know is the 80s movie wasn't so much in line with the story that Richard Bachman put into paper. It's not really a lot, a lot there, because the original movie's premise is that he was framed. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, I forget his name off the top of my head.
It's going to Bakersfield, Ben Richards. Ben Richards.
Ben Richards. Oh yeah, Richard. Yeah, that's what the Richards part sticks to the Ben part. It's getting in
the
now.
Butcher.
Yeah. He was framed, put into this prison, and it said, "Well, if you want out, what are you going?" Well, I forget what the exact thing. They put him in this thing. The running man to hopefully die. Oh,
he escaped, and then they got caught.
That's right.
Yep. And then they put him in and said, "Hey, instead of going back to jail, we'll put you in the show. If you win, you go free."
To be fair, it's been like 15, 20 years since I probably have seen The Running Man.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
But yes, but the book so much is just, hey, poor people, you want to make some extra cash? Come be part of this show where we'll have hunters come and hunt you and kill you. If you survive, we send all this money to you, and for as long as you live, we'll send that money to whoever you put on this paper. Yeah, your pay. I think they put a certain name on the paper. Yeah. They'll send the money of how long you survive. And in the end, he just makes a 9/11 happen.
Yeah, you got multiple things where because his wife and daughter were both sick with the disease and were dying, and so like he couldn't afford medicine. So the original character like signed up for the show, being like, "Hey, I don't care if I die as long as they're going to take care of my wife and my kid." And then mid-run, which also in the book, there's no borders. There's no these 4 square blocks of LA were destroyed. The Running Man is a show that takes place worldwide. You can run anywhere.
Worldwide or is it the States only?
I think it's originally worldwide. It's like you can run anywhere and they will track you anywhere and try to kill you. So one of the advantages was like you could go anywhere and try to hide. But it's literally there were multiple hunters out there looking to murder you. And then
there was a call line too with public saying like, "Oh, I saw him over here. Give me some money."
You got money if you called the tip lines. Yeah. And so then other citizens who are usually poor, suffering in the bad economy in this, crazy,
there he goes.
Crappy future. We're like, "Hey, I can make a couple bucks by calling him in. I'm gonna do that, and then someone else is gonna kill him. I'm not responsible. I don't feel bad about it." But then, the downside being that the network, I can't remember what it was called, but the television network that ran the show ran it out of was it the World Trade Center?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember if it was a real life specific
I think it's
building.
I don't remember.
Was it
the
Chicago?
Towers were? I think no. I know it was New York, but I think it was before the towers were built. So I think it was the World Trade Center. And so, in the original book, Richard Bachman wrote that Ben Richards crashes like a 747 into the headquarters of the network to try to destroy the show. And so, he wrote a story where a guy flies a plane into a building. And so I don't think that's going to be the ending that Edgar Wright gives us. I think he's going to have to come up with something else. Like there's just certain things that...
Well, here's the real question. Is he going to go for the movie? The 80s movie?
Yeah.
Is he going to go for the book? Yeah. Or is he going for a combination of both and just mix them together and take the best out of both?
Yeah, we could get like a Dr. Sleep thing where you do some from the book, some from the movie, but neither one is exactly the same. So, we could, or Edgar could go straight up. Yeah, he could do like, here's 4 blocks in LA and we're setting the show there again. It's a game show in Los Angeles after an earthquake. Or he could do, the big one and be like, hey, these people can run anywhere in the world and hunters will go after them. So it's a question of how big the game map is that he wants to play with probably. And so, knowing Edgar, he's got a story in mind. He wouldn't be taking on the project if he didn't. And so whatever it is, I'm excited to see it. Like that's a trailer I will be excited for when that trailer drops. We get an Edgar Wright Running Man trailer.
So just as we say trust in Gunn, I have trust in Wright just the same amount of ways.
Oh, see, I trust in Gunn, but Edgar is always right.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen One Night in Soho yet, and I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I want to because the trailer looked like, what is this? I don't know what this is.
Good, creepy, and terrifying. Actually,
Okay.
good movie to watch this month. Good movie to watch
I'll
this
try.
month.
I guess I'll try because I've seen it. I've seen the trailer.
Yeah,
When I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm about to buy it. I didn't
Yeah.
buy it because I saw the trailer. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
I think they put.
I couldn't tell you what plot with the
Yeah.
basic plot or any part of the plot with the trailer.
Oh yeah, don't even
Bad trailer.
don't look anything up. Just go into it blind. It's
Okay.
I mean, it's not a fun movie. It's crazy, but it's Edgar Wright fun.
But since since we're moving on from Running Man, I do have some other news that I had remembered. Some sad news. No sad news. Another passing.
Another one. Man, we've had like 15 in the last month. This has been awful.
Yeah. This one, oh my God, I'm doing terrible because I don't remember his name. No, that's terrible.
It happens. That's what Google is for, man. Was it a movie star?
I think
sports athlete.
Oh, I think this is it. No. Oh yeah, this is it. Doc Harris. You might not know him by name, but I believe he was. Let me see if I can try to his voice any kind of justice. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. He was the Dragon Ball Z announcer guy. At the beginning and end of every episode, he was the guy narrating the very beginning and end.
What's awesome is that makes me think of a stupid meme that I saw someone put up on Instagram this week. They did the cover of, I think it's maybe the last or second to last issue of Invincible, where Mark Grayson is wearing the full costume of the Viltrumite Emperor, and you got the whole cast of characters behind him. And someone in text underneath it just wrote, Dragon Ball Z for white people. It's like, well, you compare like crazy power levels in fights, you're not wrong.
Invincible in general? No, not at all.
Well, I mean, he's a character that gets beat up and gets stronger, gets beat up and gets stronger, gets beat up and gets stronger, and then eventually beats up everybody. That's kind of Goku.
Here's the difference, though. Goku doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. He just wants to fight strong people. He doesn't give a fuck about saving shit. That's incidental. All that shit's just incidental. Oh, I get to save everyone. I get to save the Earth. Yeah, I'm going to say it's what I'm doing, but we don't give a fuck about the world, the Earth.
Just there for a rumble.
You don't even care about your own kids.
Because I mean, I like some Dragon Ball, but I never got into it the way a lot of people did. But I know people that have spent years of their lives watching Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, having that announcer die, like that's pretty sad. Yeah, that's probably someone a lot of people have spent hours listening to.
Like I can hear the voice in my head right now.
Yeah, I haven't really watched Dragon Ball since I left the Navy. I had a roommate that really liked it. And so for like 2 years straight, we watched Dragon Ball.
Now with Frieza fully powered up, how will Goku manage to survive?
Okay, now I vaguely remember. That sounds a little more, yeah. That's a sad one. Yeah, oh, there's been so many lately. Like, it was just awful. Like, James Earl Jones just kicked off like just a string of like a bunch of huge deaths. I saw another really sad picture. They put up, it was like James Earl Jones was on the voice of Darth Vader, David Prowse, and had his birth and death dates, and said the body of Darth Vader, and then it had the face of the guy who it was when Vader takes his mask off when Luke saves him. So that actor in the makeup is the face of Darth Vader, and then and it had the actor that did the stunts in like the first 3 original films as the physical Vader. So it's like they had four different actors basically did that role in those 3 movies, and now all 4 of them have passed. James Earl Jones was the last one alive. So like everybody that wore that suit and was that character in in the original trilogy have all passed now, which is really sad.
Are you telling me? I'm going to make this weird a little bit. And I feel bad a little. Now that I think about it, I'm making this a little too weird probably, but who cares? It's what I do. Are you telling me you don't think George Lucas put on that suit and went, hey, baby, I got something for your force. You tell me George Lucas didn't do that? Oh, yeah, not on camera. Of course not on camera. Well, not on camera. Not on a camera we've seen.
Well, not on any film that will be released. Yeah. He probably would just wore the helmet, I would guess.
Hey, baby, I got a helmet for you.
Okay, yeah, you made it weird.
Oh, I'm always going to make it weird.
All right.
I mean, listen, I'm only doing what Dark Helmet did in Spaceballs. I mean, I'm not doing anything special.
It's true. It's true. And we're getting a sequel to that too. One of your favorites, 40-year later sequels, Spaceballs 2.
Why? No, they already failed with the cartoon. No,
Yeah, well, you can't stop them. Anybody that can make money out of a franchise is going to do
Mel
it.
Brooks.
That's what they do.
Please don't tell me you're doing this, Mel Brooks. You're like
I think that's the problem that when I heard about that I was sad about was that I don't think Mel Brooks has anything to do with it, which makes me kind of sad. No, if you told me that Mel Brooks at like 97 years old had just finished writing a script and like handed it off to somebody to direct it, I would be stoked because I know it would be damn funny if it was coming from Mel Brooks. As it is, I don't know if it's going to be funny or not. I mean, the dude's funny.
Oh, the dude's super funny.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we had for news of the week. So now we'll do what I'm into and we'll get out of here. We can cut this one short and I can go have some cup bop. I got Korean food waiting for me. I'm hungry. So what have you been into, Willie?
Oh, questions I don't have answers to. Shoot.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, just the the more magicking that's been happening because I've been playing more Magic. I've just over the past weekend built 3 more commander decks because it's
nice.
It's fun. And
are they all different themes?
Completely wildly different themes. One of them is with the main theme of it is one of the new mechanics. Well, it's a little reiteration of a previous mechanic called Manifest Dread. Pretty much my commander whenever I play a land, which hopefully is every turn at least once, I get to Manifest Dread, which is I take the top 2 cards of my deck, I look at them, and I put one of them face down, and I put the other one in the graveyard. And then that one that's face down on the battlefield is a 2/2, and I can pay the mana cost of, if it's a creature, I can pay the mana cost of it where no one else can see what it is. I can pay that mana cost and flip them at any point in time.
Or you can leave it as a 2/2.
Or if I play another land second or more on my own turn, I get to flip for free a card that is face down on my board or on the battlefield. So that's pretty nice. Another one, it's just a group slug deck where it's just everyone take damage. Everyone take damage. I'm going to kill everyone. I'm the problem with that deck. I am the problem. And I'm
here to watch you all die.
And the last one is the Jolly Balloon Man, who all he does is make a copy of something you already have, but it's just a 1/1 fly. It makes a balloon. He's a Jolly Balloon Man. He makes something you already have, copies it into a balloon animal. And it's only a 1/1, but it also keeps its effects.
Oh, okay.
That's the keys, keeping the effects, because it's just another one. There's like a thing from there's a card from the last set, Agate Instigator, which is a lizard. Pretty much, he can also make a copy of himself as he comes out. And what he does is every time someone plays a non-creature spell, I think it is. No, every time you play a creature, everyone else takes damage. All your opponents take damage. That's what it is. That one comes in with an offspring cost, so you can automatically make a second one of him that just stays out there. So you have 2 copies of them. That was
and
with
then
a
you make
mechanic
balloon
and
animals
Bloomberg.
of them and duplicate that ability.
Well, that is the thing I forgot. When the Jolly Blue Man makes a balloon, they only last to your end step. So only for that turn.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much you make a thing and you're probably swinging with it or something. You just want the effect of it to be out there and then it's gone.
So you make a copy, it has the effect kicks in and then it dies.
Yeah, I'm making a lot of this is pretty much a token deck. I'm making a lot of tokens.
Okay.
And it also has another new card from this new set. I can't remember. It's like Arabelle. It's like an Annabelle doll. I can't remember the name. I just keep calling it Annabelle doll. Okay. But it's just a 1/3 little small creatures, little 1/3. But whenever it attacks, not whenever it does damage to a player, just whenever it attacks, you just say it's attacking before any damage is done. It will do the damage equal to how many creatures with power 2 or less on your field that you control.
Okay.
So I'm making a bunch of little creatures and I'm attacking, and it deals that much damage before it even anyone can block it or anything. It automatically does direct damage to all your opponents, and you also gain that much life.
Oh, damn. So if you've got 20 tokens on the board, it does 20 damage.
Well, if those tokens are power 2 or less. This deck is kind of a mix between either it makes my little things big or I'm just big because my little things do big things. So either I'm big because I'm big, or I'm big and I'm little.
All right.
So it's
you have to come up with
it's
a better
of
name for the deck, but it sounds cool.
Jolly Balloon Man.
Is that you just call it the Jolly Balloon Man deck? All right,
pretty much, yeah.
All right,
but and I did also get and start playing Power World because it got released for the PS5.
Power World,
PAL World, PAL World, PAL World.
Oh, wait, was that the Pokemon with guns?
Yep, Pokemon with guns.
And how you enjoying that?
Oh, it's super fun. Like Nintendo, fuck off. Pokemon company, fuck off. You guys need to be taken away. You guys can't make good Pokemon games. I think Arceus was probably the best of what you guys have done, and then Power World just took that and made it 100 million times better than whatever the fuck you guys are doing. You guys, they can't even get the fucking Switch to run frames in the background without it stuttering. Like, what are they doing? Like, they just need to be pulled out of there. They need to stop suing the people. Like, Nintendo, you're just terrible for the world right now. You keep your ideas. You don't let them bloom into better ideas. You just keep them stifled and dead. So, and here's where we are.
Trying to lock down their money. That's all. That's the problem. They're not worried about making better stuff, just keeping their money.
But that's what I've been into.
All right. See, we've been doing a little bit of like house maintenance and stuff, having some crazy stuff going on at work. I'm getting like enrolled in classes and signing up for tests and stuff. So today was interesting. I did the giveaway on my Instagram. And so Nordic Painter won, and I have put together the Space Marine that he will be getting, who's got a bolter and a flame unit. And so it's now been primed. Painter. Yeah, it's now been primed. And so he sent me pictures of his custom chapter. And so I've got to mix up a batch of he uses a blue paint it's not as bright as the Ultramarines blue, but it's also not as gray as like the Space Wolves gray. So it's like in between the two. So I've got to mix a paint to try to basically cover the majority of him. There's this right tone of like blue gray. And then his guys have like, was it red kneecaps and red pauldrons? So like the shoulders just have red. And then what was it? The Aquila on the chest, the skull with the wings, his were done in white. So usually like I've done those in chrome or gold or something. So it'll be fun to paint those in just a white and then add some, texture to it.
Ooh, like pure white or like bone white?
I think it's more of a pure white on his. I'd have to look at the pictures again to be sure. But yeah, so it's going to be fun to paint. And then, yeah, it's awesome, doing a giveaway one where it's like I'm doing a one-off. I don't have to worry about doing a whole team. Like, behind me, I've got Orktober has started. So I pulled out all of my orcs.
I'm sorry. Team. You say Orktober?
Orktober. Yep.
Why are you burying the lead? Why you're just throwing that out in the sentence? Orktober.
Because
like
I haven't done. I've been working on other stuff and been busy with work, and I haven't done much for Orktober yet. But of my kill team that are all green skins, that are all orcs, they now all have green skin. I went through the other night and literally just painted all of the skin parts. And so I've got to do their costumes and, their guns and stuff. But all my green skins got green skins. So I did some orc for October. So I've done that. But yeah, I'm also, I'm trying to get the giveaway piece done in the mail so that will be done. Though the other fun thing we've been doing is we've had a tradition that me and Janice started. I don't know how many years ago. We've kept it going, even though I'm going to a weird work schedule this month. But starting on the 1st of October, we started a scary movie each night. And so, let's see, I'm trying to remember who picked first.
Wait, you started, but you don't finish it?
No, we started a scary movie and we watched one each night for the month of October. And so really no rules other than Like, I know certain movies that if I put it on, she's not going to be happy. So, like, I usually don't pick a Saw film. Like, either last year or the year
Torture
before.
porn.
Yeah.
So no torture porn.
Yeah,
I
she's not
appreciate
a fan of those at all. But yeah, like, I think it was either last year or the year before. Like, I did Saw 1. I'm like, you just got to watch it for the story. Because the story of the first movie, two guys in a room, why are they there? The cheapest idea ever. And the fact that it spawned a 10-movie franchise is just crazy. Like, what they came up with. Yeah, and a spinoff. But what they came up with was awesome. But yeah, so we did and actually she picked first this year, which is funny because we started with some of the classics. So far this year, on October 1st, she picked Friday the 13th, the old school original for 1980. On October 2nd, we did A Nightmare on Elm Street. I went with my favorite classic afterwards. And then since then, we've watched Fear Street 1994, Cobweb, The Craft, An American Wolf in London, Dead of Night, which was a super old 1940s anthology movie. It's an old horror film where a guy's telling a story and then it ends up being like kind of like a Groundhog's Day.
They had anthologies in the 40s?
Yeah, it was Jana's picks. It was quite impressed. Like, she went old school, and then I had to respond to the next night because she pulled out 1944 movie. The next night on October 8th, I pulled out 1931. We watched Dracula.
Oh, okay.
Old school, straight up, just good evening. But it's a little dated, but like it's still some of those scenes hold up pretty well. Like there's a reason that everybody imitates Bela Lugosi when they're trying to do a vampire. Like, the dude nailed it in 1931, and nobody's really done it better since. Like, he's the blueprint. He's the prototype. And then, she wanted something a little more fun last night. So we watched, which I realized I don't think I've seen it in 20 years. We watched I Know What You Did Last Summer. And so that was kind of fun to go back and watch, like, the movie that Kevin Williamson did right after he wrote Scream. He wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's like, well, that's 1997. Like, that's been a while. I don't know if I've watched that in this millennium. Like, I don't know if I've watched it past the year 2000. So it was fun to watch that again. I totally forgot that Ryan Felipe was in it. Like, I forgot that, what's his name? Galicki from Big Bang Theory's in it. Like, there's a bunch of actors in that movie. I totally forgot were in that movie.
Is he one of the main four?
Jonathan Galicki?
Is he one of the main four?
No, he's not one of the main four. But yeah, it's the main four is Ryan Phillippe, Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, the main four in the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Which one is he?
Not Sheldon, the short one.
There's four of them. You can't tell me not one. There's three others.
No, Sheldon only has one roommate. What's his roommate's name?
We're not talking about it. All right. Okay.
I've only seen like 2 episodes.
The guy from Roseanne. Got it.
Yeah, the kid from Roseanne. That's Galicki. Yeah. He's in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That?
Yeah, which I totally forgot.
What the fuck is he? Like, is he main? One of the main people?
Like, he's not one of the main
over?
4 characters in the movie, but like he's one of the secondary characters that probably has the most screen time. So yeah,
and to be fair, those kids that the guy coming to kill him is the good guy in the story, right?
Good guys kind of.
They ran him over and threw him in a fucking body of water to
but he was there to murder a kid that had caused the death of his daughter, and so he'd already killed somebody.
So what he's trying to murder someone who shouldn't.
I would call him a good guy. But yeah,
I wouldn't call him a bad guy either. And here
I didn't say he was a bad guy.
I see.
But yeah, so we've been doing that. It's been fun. So yeah, like when we get done here, I'm going to go grab my dinner, pop in a movie, and I think I don't know if she's listening or not. I believe tonight I'm going to keep it in sync with the Kevin Williamson thing. I think we're going back to Scream 1 tonight. So we'll just rewind one movie in Kevin Williamson's career and go to the original Scream. Because right before I Know What You Did Last Summer, he did Scream, and damn, I love that movie. Scream is one of my favorites. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting into. I got some more painting and horror movies to do this month, but I mean, it's October. It's October. I'm getting horror movies and orcs painted. I can't think of anything better. That will do it for us this week. You got anything else to tell the people there, Mr. Willie?
Catch us next time on All Things Good and Nerdy.
Very nice.
That hurt. Oh, that hurt.
As Willie cost himself to death. Go check out everything on GonnaGeek.com. And then I'm guessing when this goes to all of the streaming services and everything, Chris will put in the intro and outro. But he should be back with us next week, and we will see y'all then. Until next time, bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Awful Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.